Hello internet, Broken here. In this video I'm going to try and explain the stamina system in SCUM to you. It gets a little bit technical, but stick with it and hopefully you can learn something. If you can manage your stamina effectively, then you're going to be able to survive much more. So let's get into it. So in SCUM, most of the actions that you perform are going to drain your stamina in some way. This can be from swinging an axe, to sprinting, or even just carrying something heavy uphill. By completing a more exhausting action, your stamina will be used more and you'll have to recover for a much longer time. If you want to have more stamina, make sure you put more points into Constitution and the Endurance skill. You can visually see how much stamina you're using by looking in the lower left corner. This is the percentage of stamina that you have remaining. This can be affected in a number of different ways. For example, if you're injured, your stamina amount will temporarily reduce until you heal up. If you haven't put any points in the Endurance skill, then you're going to have a lot less stamina. If an action is too hard for you to perform, then you're going to use more stamina. And if you exceed the weight load threshold, then this is going to affect your stamina more. The weight load threshold defines the limit where excessive load starts to wear out the body faster than normal. The weight load threshold is a dynamic value and it's calculated from the strength attribute. If your strength attribute drops because of illness or by nutritional deficiencies, the weight load threshold will drop at the same rate. So I'm going to give the developer's example of how stamina and weight load threshold work. Let's say you carry 10 kilograms of gear more than your weight load threshold allows. Now because you've reached the stamina limit, you can't run or even jog, but you can still walk. By continuing to move at this pace, your strength will drop by 5% within the next 10 seconds. This will then result in a 5% reduction in your weight load threshold. When rested, an average convict can carry 20 kilograms of gear without penalties, but with their strength reduced by 5%, you are able to carry only 19 kilograms of weight without penalties. This means that now, with a lower weight threshold, you actually carry 11 kilograms of weight above that weight load threshold. As a result, your body will consume an additional 220 milliliters of water per hour and will recover at a much slower pace. This 1 kilogram of weight will consume an additional 0.05 stamina units per second. Eventually, you will have to stop and rest and preferably drop the excessive load. If you're not careful, this is going to spiral out of control and your guy is going to be useless. Also remember that if it starts raining and your stuff gets wet, that also gets heavier. Before you try and take somebody on in hand-to-hand combat, make sure you've given your stamina time to replenish, otherwise you're going to have no stamina for that fight, which means you're going to lose it, and nobody likes a loser, right? So in summary, the primary skill and attribute that affect your stamina are Constitution and the Endurance skill. You will use more stamina if you have injuries or the actions are difficult to perform, and if you exceed the weight load threshold, then your stamina drains fast. Like really fast. If you don't get rid of the excess weight, then your strength is also going to be affected. So don't carry everything you find, just grab the most valuable stuff and stash the rest somewhere. If you have any questions about the stamina, write them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope this helped. I've been so broken. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.